We're back for another episode here with all of you. And again, we are here in the YourEggs agency offices. So from time to time, we have people walking around. They're just coming to say hi to all of you and to us. And some of those people who might be walking around are actually affiliate clinics that we support. So we have a network of clinics that we support throughout the United States. And we support them for various reasons because a lot of those IVF clinics don't have donor agencies of their own or don't have the right egg donor for their intended parents, for the couples that they're supporting. So in this video, we're going to be talking about those clinics, how we work with them, and how they can support you. And again, I've got Dion here to help me along the way. So welcome back, Dion, and welcome to all of you.
Yeah, awesome. Yes, and we are very lucky to have the opportunity to work with some of the best IVF centers from across the country, and as you said, to support them with their intended parents. Most intended parents do come from IVF centers because they have been on a fertility journey and trying to conceive before, on their own, using their own eggs before coming to the conclusion of using donor eggs.
Yeah, so this is actually a great place to get started in this conversation because I think many of you who are out there looking for egg donors and are on this fertility journey, one, you're already working with a fertility clinic, and two, you might have this understanding or assumption that as an egg donor agency, we primarily work directly with the intended parents, which we do. But often we do that through or in combination with the IVF clinics that they're already working with. So typically what happens with a couple is that they decide at whatever junction of their journey that they need or desire to move forward with an egg donor. And when they do that, they have a conversation with their clinic, with their coordinator. And so that coordinator is going to say, okay, let's start looking, and here are some resources for that. And those couples will then say, okay, so I'm looking for a specific egg donor, and I'm going to look on my side of things.
Yes.
And then the coordinator gave us some resources. So they're using all of these tools, and they're searching for themselves. So sometimes they'll find us to support them on their own, or sometimes they'll find us with one of these affiliate clinics. So do we work with clinics all over the world?
Yes, exactly. We work with fertility centers from all over the world. Mostly in the U.S. is where we're receiving, more direct referrals from. International patients usually come to us on their own without already working with a center. But yes, all over the United States, from the East Coast, West Coast, North, South, definitely all over the place.
So the goal is to help, in general, is to help couples have the families and get pregnant with an egg donor in this situation. How do we, as an agency, coordinate care with egg donors and the clinics and the intended parents? Like, how does all of those pieces fit together with the clinics that we're supporting?
Yeah, absolutely. So as you said, with many of the clinics that we're already working with, they will, help their intended parents. Now that they're starting to think about donor eggs, they would give them our information. They would refer them over to, one of our coordinators who would then give them access to our database. So, and also set up either if they're remote, it would be a Zoom consultation, or a phone call, and then walk them through the donor database so that they can start looking at different donors, and they would go over all of the requirements for donors, what they're looking for, and then our care coordinator would help them from there, and then work directly with the center in order to coordinate everything once they have chosen their egg donor of their choice, whether it would be a fresh cycle or frozen.
So it's a collaboration between our agency and the IVF clinic and their coordinator together with the parents, or the intended parents, I should say.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Great. So you said we have affiliate clinics all over the country. So we've got them in the Northeast, in the Southeast, Texas, California, the Northwest, all over. Yes. If there's a couple in one of these states,
yes,
and the donor they've selected is not in their state,
Right.
does that donor have to travel to that clinic?
Yes, in general, especially with a fresh cycle, once they've chosen the donor would travel to their fertility clinic that they're working with and start the retrieval process for the eggs there at their center. And that way it's very seamless for the intended parents. And we would just help coordinate that, make sure all the travel's taken care of, times, reminders, just make sure everything's really organized for both the donor, the fertility center we're working with, and the intended parents.
Awesome. I imagine that we have a lot of happy clinics that we work with in
Yes.
that regard. So that's wonderful. All cycles, when a couple chooses a donor, all cycles are not fresh cycles, right? Often they can be frozen.
Yeah.
What's the difference in coordinating all of that between a fresh cycle or a frozen cycle?
Yeah, that's a great question because, many intended parents, they may find their donor through the frozen egg database, which would then be a separate, that's going to be the database where we already have eggs frozen from different amazing donors. And then this is a quicker process. And then we could either just simply ship the eggs to the clinic of their choice. And then, their male partner would come in and they would use his sperm in order to fertilize the eggs in their clinic and then do the transfer there. Or alternatively, we could in the YourEggs embryology lab could fertilize the eggs there.
Oh, so it could go either way.
Yeah,
And
either
then
way.
once we have the embryos here, they'd be shipped over.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Either can be shipped.
Fantastic. Okay. For all the clinics, I know we have a lot of parents and intended parents and couples watching us, but I imagine some of the individuals watching us right now are working at IVF clinics, are coordinators at IVF clinics, and they might want to reach out and work with us. Do those clinics get a discount or some sort of benefit when they work with us directly versus going through the intended parent?
Yes, absolutely. Because as you said, many intended parents will find YourEggs on their own, or many will find us through a fertility center they're already working with. And if they do, if the fertility center also reaches out to us, then we can extend a 10% discount for the matching fee to the clinical affiliates that we're working with. And then, make sure we have everything set up seamless, whether it's going to be frozen egg donor or a fresh donor coming to them, make sure we have everything set up.
Awesome. So if you are an IVF clinic, a fertility clinic, and you want to expand your donor database, or you want to incorporate and be an affiliate clinic with our agency to be able to support your couples and have our donors as a resource, then we want to invite you to reach out to us directly. Simple way is just going to our website and going to YourEggs.com.
So yes, as you were saying, the fertility clinics can reach out directly to us, if they have an intended parent who's interested in looking for a donor egg, and then they could give them access on their end if they wanted to, to go about it in that direction, or they could have them talk to one of our coordinators here to give them access. Additionally, centers that have their own donor database, we also work with many of them as well, because in order to extend their donor database, because they may have a smaller fresh donor pool, because we do have one of the largest donor pools, having over 2,400 donors in our database. So if they're looking for someone in particular and they just want looking to extend their own database, they can do that internally by reaching out to us directly.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I know that we've got some, videos to share with our viewers right now from some of the clinics that we already work with. Do you want to tell us a little bit about them?
Yes, I would love to. So, as Mark was saying, we work with clinics all over the country, and we're going to hear from a few today. One of the centers who's going to say hi is Reproductive Health and Wellness Center, and they are in Orange County, California. And we're going to hear from their doctor, Dr. Rosenkranz, as well as their nurse practitioner.
Hi, I'm Dr. Marcus Rosenkranz.
And I'm Cindy Anderson, nurse practitioner.
And we are here at Reproductive Health and Wellness Center, located in Orange County, California.
We love working with the egg donor agency, YourEggs. The coordinators are great. The donors are fantastic. They're super dependable. They're reliable. We don't have to double check on them.
and we've gotten lots of eggs and really great and successful pregnancies.
Another clinic we'll be hearing from today is Acacio Fertility Center, which is in Mission Viejo, California. And yeah, he'll be introducing himself and his clinic as well, and his experience working with YourEggs.
Hi, I'm Brian Acacio of Acacio Fertility Center here in Orange County, California. So today we've worked with a couple of cases of egg donors from YourEggs, and to this point I can say honestly, they've been wonderful. We've had no issues and great candidates, and we look forward to working more closely, collaborating more so in the future.
I'd also like to introduce Dr. Wood from Gen 5 Fertility Center in San Diego, California, and we can hear about his experience working with donors from YourEggs.
This is Dr. Sam Wood. I am the medical director of Gen 5 Fertility, and I love working with YourEggs. They are the most professional egg donor agency I have ever worked with. They have a tremendous number of egg donors so that intended parents are able to find exactly what they're looking for. And those egg donors are good. The egg quality has been amazing. Almost everybody has gotten pregnant. And so I'm thrilled to have this resource, a critically important resource for those that either choose to do egg donation or because of what's happened in their treatment cycles, they need to use an egg donor. So, YourEggs, fantastic.
Thank you so much to all of the physicians from the different centers for sharing some of their stories with us. We really appreciate you.
Well, I want to thank you, first of all, for joining me today. I also want to thank all the affiliate clinics who shared their experience with all of you so that you can hear firsthand why they enjoy working with YourEggs agency. And I want to thank all of you for watching today as well. And all of you live. I didn't mention to everyone watching on YouTube today, but we are live on TikTok as well. And before you all step away, again, I want to thank you all. Please, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you're not already a follower on our YouTube channel, please hit that bell to subscribe and get notified when we put out another video for all of you. And we will see you all in the next video.